Hey guys, it's Mary. Welcome back to my channel. So I've been wanting to do this video for a little while now. I've never really had a good enough story to actually share with you guys that I would think y'all would find interesting or think y'all would find helpful until recently, until a couple months ago actually. So I'm kind of gonna start this new like advice column, story time kind of segment for you guys, so y'all can, because I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one that goes through these kind of things, you know, while dealing with choreographing quinces and stuff. So this way y'all can hear the way that I learned from it, the way that I kind of adapted to the situation, and hopefully you don't have to go through any of these things with your quince, because let me tell you, I was not happy. Before I start, if you're new to my channel, my name is Mary. I am the choreographer behind this channel. I choreograph quinceanera and Sweet 16 events, so I post the quince dances I choreograph. I post practice videos, vlogs, Q&As, and different videos like this in between. So this is something that happened at the actual quince. You know, it didn't happen, you know, at practices or any time beforehand. It happened on the day of the quince. Back in November, on November 3rd, I choreographed dances for this girl named Destiny. If you haven't seen her dances yet, I will link them in the description below. This actually occurred during her waltz dance. Let me point out that this group worked all of my groups work very, very hard, but this group in particular, I feel they just went that extra mile. They were always so like wanting to learn more, wanting to, you know, go further and do better, and it was, I'm very, very fond of this group. So I think with them, I wanted the performance to be a little bit more appreciated, I guess. And so, you know, the day of, you know, everything is going pretty according to plan. They're having a good time. Everything's, you know, going pretty smoothly, I think. So it was almost time for them to do their waltz. So of course they're lined up, they walk in, they go to their spots, song starts, and they are doing like freaking good, like everything's spot on, and I'm sitting there like recording and trying not to like scream because they're doing such a good job. Like everything is just in sync and just perfect, the way and I was just so excited for them because, you know, it's just like I said, they worked really hard, and you know, all those practices, it was just like, this is it. Well, like maybe 50 minutes into the song, like right before the like, I'm not gonna say beat drop because it's a waltz, but like right before the like heightened part, I guess, the freaking song cuts off. It literally like just nothing there, you know. Okay, here. And I sing along, I sing along, and I sing along. Are you kidding me? No. I don't think I can express to you how upset I was that that happened. They were doing so good and everything looked perfect. And then the freaking song cut off, and I was just sitting there like, I'm sure you heard me, I'm sorry I cursed, but I was just like, seriously, like, what? Then the DJ like kept the song going. Like he like expected them to just catch up, like, okay, here, I got it back, find where you left off and keep going. No. So of course, you know, I think once he saw them like that they weren't gonna like start up again, he was just like, okay, yeah, let's try this again. Yeah. I just felt so bad because they were just standing there all confused, and I was just like, yo, like, why? And I cut the video off before all this happened, but I was literally like signaling my kids. I was like, Ava, Hasael, like get him to stop, because I wasn't about to have that. So of course they got their second run through, and that's the video that I posted. That's the video that you all saw. So, you know, they still did an amazing job, and, you know, I think, you know, happened for a reason. And actually, I say perfect, but I didn't notice this until afterwards, but one of my girls actually messed up like big time in the first run through. So when she told me that and I went back and I looked, I was like, ooh, yeah, God's got you, because he was like, you know, you messed up, let me cut the music off, there you go. But yeah, and I'm kind of addressing this because I know my cousin actually does this too. He choreographs as well. The same thing kind of happened with him as well. I think he said that the music started at a different spot, or it went too quickly, or something happened along the lines. It didn't completely stop like mine did, but it the music was an issue. So I wanted to address this because I know I'm not shading the DJ at all. I'm not shading, you know, because he's really nice, and you know, of course he's a really good DJ. So I'm not shading him at all. It was not his fault. Something must have glitched, or I don't know what happened. But for me, I feel like what I could have done on my part is, one, because I had sent it to him through email. So I should have gone up and been like, hey, can I make sure it's the right mix, or can I listen to it one time before you play it, or something like that. And we probably wouldn't have had this issue, because the second time I played, it went all the way through. So if he would have played it the first time for me, it would have happened then and not with my kids. So it is something that I could have prevented as well. Word of advice: if you are giving your DJ the full responsibility of playing your song, your mix, go up and ask to listen to it first to make sure, one, that it's the right song, that it's the right mix, and then just to make sure there aren't any glitches, because if I would have gone up, that wouldn't have happened. For me, I think why I was so upset, like I said, they worked so hard for like 2.5 to 3 months. And for something like that to mess them up, that's out of their control, that they have, you know, that wasn't their fault, I feel like that's not fair to them at all, because they've worked so hard to get this perfect performance, that they were giving the perfect performance, and the music just cuts off mid-song. So that's not their fault. That's not really anybody's fault. I don't know what happened. I didn't go up and, you know, ask him what happened or anything, because, you know, the second run through, they did perfect, they did great. So I wasn't complaining, but it was so inconvenient. And it freaked me out, because I was like, oh my God, my mix is corrupted. He's gonna play it again and the same thing's gonna happen. Because it's not like I could have told him like, oh, just pull it from YouTube. Oh, just, you know, play the whole song, because it wasn't the whole song. I had cropped it enough to where the song wasn't as long as it usually is. So if he played the regular song, everything would have messed up anyway, and it was just, luckily it played the second time, so, you know, all was well. But if that ever happens to me again, I might cry. But of course my kids handled it very well. They were just like when it happened, like I think I saw like a couple of them like turn and look at me like, what do we do? You know, because I mean, they didn't know what was going on, because it stopped and then it started again. So they were just like, do we keep going? Do we, you know, wait, or what do we do? So, but I think they handled it well, and well, better than me anyway, because I'm in the back like, but yeah, word of advice, so this doesn't happen to you: proof your mix, proof your song if it's cropped, make sure they have the right one. Yeah, just kind of communicate with your DJ so that doesn't happen, because if I would have just, you know, gone up and been like, hey, can you play it for me, it wouldn't have happened. And I'm not blaming myself, of course I'm not blaming myself, but I could have easily gone up for 2 minutes and been like, hey, let me just make sure you have the right one. But did I? No. Because you really don't think to do that. You're like, okay, I sent it. He probably listened to it. If something was wrong, he would have let me know. But maybe, I don't know. I don't know what happened. I don't really care to know what happened, because, you know, they got their second run through. Everything was fine, and they did great. So shout out to Destiny's Court. Y'all know who you are. I love you guys so much. For doing a great job, because that day it was, man, I know everybody was so nervous, and y'all killed it. So I was very, very happy, you know, even though that little mishap occurred. Yeah, that will kind of conclude my little story for this video. It probably wasn't that entertaining, but at the same time, I do kind of want to do these videos so I can give y'all some kind of advice if this were to happen to you, or before this happens to you, because it's a little unsettling. I mean, if I was Destiny, I would have just sat there like, either I would have cried, or I honestly don't know what I would have done. There's nothing with double checking, triple checking, anything. Like, you just want to make sure that everything's set for something that they worked so hard for. But yeah, so I'm gonna try to keep making videos like this. I do have another one that I do want to talk about that I think more people can relate to, but I will save that for another time. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel if you have not already. Let me know how you liked this first little story time in the comments below, and let me know, you know, if anything like this has happened to you, or, you know, any kind of, you know, things that you run into on the day of your quince that y'all would like me to advise you about, or things you want me to talk about, to give you advice for the day of your quinceañera. I will be happy to make videos and talk about it. And yeah, again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see y'all guys next time.